What's the scariest movie you've watched? The Conjuring. Hit too close to home. Just bought an older house made in the 80s when I watched it. I've never watched a ghost movie after that. I had a hard time sleeping for a week. LOL. At a certain time crazy stuff happened. Ghost movies creep me out. I believe in them. Doesn't matter how stupid the movie. I go to bed feel like something is watching me after. LOL. I can watch horror movies where people kill, torture others, more plausible. No problem though. Sinister. But I stopped after the trailer. XD. I can't stand general horror movies. My mind's overactive, and I have sleep paralysis. Even seeing a glimpse of that face in a still picture, and it's on my mind for days. OG Paranormal Activity is up there as well. Sci-fi horrors on the other hand, zero issues with, except one episode of Star Trek Voyager. I still to this day skip that episode. No idea why, but it freaked me the fuck out as a kid. The last movie I watched that made me shiver was The Blair Witch Project. That was a year or two ago. Not much makes me feel fear, but this movie did for some reason. I don't know what it was. Just something about being lost in the woods. And then their friend goes missing and you can hear him shouting for help in the distance. His voice sounds off, very eerie to me. IDKY. Because I've watched every movie in these comments and more. But I still find some in the Saw series to be the most horrifying. The House That Jack Built. Salo. A Serbian film. Hereditary. Green Inferno. Midsommar. None of these have quite the impact that the sheer horror of Saw has on me. LOL. Watch Silence of the Lambs while really high. One of the scenes about halfway through where he's staring dead into the camera, I got too freaked out to continue watching. Had to finish it the next day. No film has ever made me have to stop watching out of pure psychological fear. It's all relative to where you are in life when you see a movie. But for me it was The Truman Show, not exactly a horror movie. But as an imaginative kid already feeling alienated and out of place in life. That movie seriously fucked me up. The scariest movie I've ever watched is just the credits of Rosemary's Baby as a teenager. Just the credits were terrifying enough to stop me watching any more of that film. When The Blair Witch Project came out, you either thought it was the dumbest thing ever, or mind-bendingly terrifying. I was 12, it scared the fucking shit out of me. The original Texas Chainsaw Massacre didn't have me up at night or anything, but actually watching it gets that fear adrenaline running for sure. The suspense is amazing. The Grudge, that was one of the first horror movies I ever saw. I was 12 and it freaked me the fuck out. I'm 16 now and 100% desensitized to gore and death. LOL. Everyone watches a horror movie when they're a little bit too young to handle it. And it leaves a lasting impression on them. For me it was Event Horizon. The Descent. The first half of the movie is all fear of being trapped in a cave and then the monsters come. I had to sleep with the lights on for a week. As a child, signs really freak me out. LOL. Now, a movie with a similar plot, aka extraterrestrial being, still leaves me a bit unnerved. When a Stranger the 80s. I was a teenager who babysat then. The call is coming from inside the house. Absolutely terrifying. The influence way quite interesting. I was never really scared by horror movies. But this one was good. I don't know if it's still on Netflix. The Blob. It's not that scary, but to me it brought up my irrational fear. I'm now terrified of bathtub drains or any other kind of drain. Poltergeist. I'm 45 years old and that's still the only movie that scares the shit out of me. I will never watch that movie again. While Reddit is really obsessed with Ari Aster for some reason. So expect his overrated films to be powdered throughout this list. The Ring Japanese version. The scene when she crawled out the TV creeped me out. Same with the sequel, Omen 2. The Exorcism of Emily Rose. I spent a damn month waking up at 3 a.m. So scary how the brain works to know what eyes. Shutter tie. I've seen a lot of horror movies. This one disturbed me really bad. Sinister is also up there. Alien. I saw it first run in theater. After Adrenaline was spewing out of my ears and my heart was still racing. Black Christmas 1974 still scares the fucking shit out of me. That unicorn killed those phone calls, Monkey Man, and that was just a few days ago. Very violent, very bloody, very profane, but an excellent film. The first Exorcist played with me not just by making me shocked, but thinking I may be possessed as well. The Babadook, just something about the nose and it creeping into bedrooms, scares the shit out of me. Not really one to be scared by horror movies, however Event Horizon scared the hell out of me. I was really young, probably around for when I seen Puppet Master. It really freaked me out. Annihilation made my skin crawl. When I was a kid, Child's Play traumatized me. Sinister. I've watched all 100 of our horror's top 100, and none come close. I watched a horror movie as a child that scared me. It was Gremlins. I haven't watched many horror movies, but The Nun for sure is one of them. These days they're all funny, but as a kid The Ring made me shit bricks. The Exorcist, it scared me so badly that I had to check into a motel. The Grudge, but saw it again and it was funny. Exorcism of Emily Rose. The Ring scene with the fly and the horse blood sorta scared me. Chucky when I was a child, and I still can't watch it to this day. I practically grew up in the ocean and open water got me good. The Sixth Sense when I was in 2nd grade. Shit fucked me up. Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. It's absolutely horrific. Tina, also the original Scream. Couldn't sleep for months. No movie could scare me. I'm just too tough for that stuff. Thread's nuclear apocalypse stuff scares the shit out of me. The original Candyman or Hellraiser. Just perfect films. We need to talk about Kevin, a different kind of scary. 28 Days a Kid scared the shit out of me.